Hello and welcome to another new episode of Learning Simplified. For the sake of simplicity, we are going to divide this whole tutorial in two definite parts. In the first part, we will be knowing about how to import images into our project and turn that particular image into a vector one. And in the second part, we will be knowing how to colorize them, how to color this whole particular image that we have imported into our project. So stay tuned. So in this manner, in the first place, we'll be needing an image that we wish to import into our project. And in that essence, we will be working on this particular image. If we double click on it, and we can see that this individual image is a JPEG image, and this is not even a scanned version. Actually, I didn't scan it. In the first case, all I did, I practically hand-drawn a definite image first, and then I took a snap on the mobile. And now, all we wish to do, we wish to convert this particular image into a definite vector image. So we'll be working on with this particular image, and in that essence, in the very first place, we are left clicking, holding our left click, and we are dragging it into our Inkscape canvas, and we can see that there goes the dialog box which says about image import type and image DPI and all those things right over here. So we won't be changing anything right over here. Instead, we'll be directly pressing on this OK button, and we can see that the image is practically being imported into our project. So in the very first case, all we are going to do, we are going to realign the image as it should have been, and there it goes. So now the image is ready. Remember that this is a mobile snap. So we have hand drawn an image and we have taken a snap, and right now we are working on that individual snap. So in the next case, all we are going to do, we will be pressing on this lock icon over here in an attempt to maintain the aspect ratio of the image throughout our work. So if we now change this dimension with this angular arrows right over here, in case if you need to resize or reshape your image, then always first of all click on this lock icon, and next you need to drag this individual diagonal arrows over here in an attempt to change the width and height, the overall dimension, maintaining the aspect ratio of the imported image. So this is the second case. Now let's select this individual image here and let's head back to this path, and there goes this trace bitmap option. And now we can see that here comes this dialog box. So right now this extreme right canvas, it is empty, nothing can be shown over here. And in this left panel, this extreme left panel, you can see that there are a couple of options right over here, like this brightness cutoff, this edge detection or color quantization. Among them, the brightness cutoff, it practically discriminates the image in respect to the brightness and darkness of the individual image. That means the tonal adjustments of that image. So in that case, we need to click this off. We need to select this brightness cutoff option right over here. And on the other hand, we can see that at the bottom of this extreme right panel, there is a live preview. So if we now live preview, if we tick this, if we select this box right over here, we can see that the image is being visible into it. And another thing, we have told you about this brightness cutoff, but what about this edge detection? Let's select it, and we can see that with the aid of this edge detection method, we are practically selecting this overall image here. We are practically selecting all those edges. It is finding out the edges of the imported image. Now if we have a look into this brightness cutoff, and if we now change the threshold, we can see that the darker part is getting prominent. So all we can do, we can recalibrate this individual brightness cutoff threshold over here. And now if we select this OK button and close this panel, we can see that an outline of this existing image is being created right over here. So if we now move it, we can see that the original image is lying at the bottom, but the vector image is being reproduced right over here. Now, for the sake of understanding, all we are doing, we are not deleting this individual original image here, and we are keeping this outline right by the side of the original image. And now if we scroll up, we can see that on scrolling up, there's practically no change in the image quality of the outline that we had created. But in case of this original image, you can easily check that the image is being pixelated. So this is practically the raster version, and this is the vector version of the same image that we have imported. So we won't be needing this raster image anymore. So all we are now going to do, we are going to delete it off, and we will be working on the vector interpretation of the image that we had actually imported. In the next case, this is the eraser tool. We will be selecting this eraser tool, and first of all we need to select this individual vector image. Then we'll be choosing this eraser tool here, and we will be erasing out every single details. Those are redundant practically into our project. So we'll be discarding them off, like this additional edge which is being created. Perhaps you have noticed already that this is the same image that I use as a thumbnail of this individual Inkscape tutorial for beginners. Now we'll be practically knowing how to make it colored in some later cases. Now all we are going to do, we are going to increase this image a little bit. You may do this step or you may don't either, because actually you are working on a vector image. So whatever you do, the original image quality will be retained throughout, whatever be the size of the image. So it doesn't matter, but for the sake of understanding, we'll be a little bit of readjusting this shape here.